I'm Elijah.
I'm Bichu,
And this is why we're done with PlayStation 5. Number 1, the end of disc production. Like, listen, I know that PS5 games are just cases with a disc inside that just has a key to download the digital version, but not having a disc is a big hit regardless. I don't think there's anything that would piss me off more than buying a physical case and just having a download code inside. Is it nice to have some kind of physical representation, something I can put on the shelf, something I can, look at the spine at? Yes, but also no. It's only half of the whole, and getting rid of that half, this half, is a pretty big blow. Of course, that's the big reason why people are done with PlayStation in general, but as of for me, I have quite a few other reasons on why I'm done with the console.
Another reason is that there just doesn't seem to be enough incentive to want the thing.
Like he said.
There's Ghost of Yotei, but that's just Ghost of Tsushima, and then you have God of War and Spider-Man, but that's on PC.
And not to mention, arguably better too, the only real genuine exclusive that the PlayStation 5 has is Astro Bot, and although that's an amazing game, and yes, it's a good console exclusive, it's like the only one. It's not something like Halo where it just has generations of lore, generations of hype and gameplay and excitement around the entire franchise. Astro Bot is still a relatively new concept, even if it did derive from other games. Another reason is the absolute influx of ports. Other than performance boosters, why should I buy a PlayStation 5 when I can just play it on the PlayStation 4? If you're not someone that's obsessed with 4K, 120 FPS, there really isn't a reason to go out of your way and buy these. And yes, I do know that The Last of Us Part 1 is a remake, it doesn't really feel like that. And for something like Death Stranding, yes, it is nice to have a performance boost experience. It's just as good on PS4, at least from when I played back in the day. And even look at your yearly sports titles, there's not really much going on outside of your, roster changes and maybe a few updates here and there. Like, yeah, I'm someone that likes to play Madden, but I really wouldn't mind being stuck on an older version, considering that it's fundamentally the same game. Same with Call of Duty. Like, yeah, there are some really cool aspects added to the newer Call of Duties. I really wouldn't mind just playing a lot of the, Xbox 360 ones, considering that not only are those just fantastic on their own, you can also mod the hell out of them pretty easily too.
And Madden and COD are going to be on Switch too.
I'm a Switch 2 fanboy, and that's just part of my blood. Yes, it is a disease. Like, yes, Madden 26 isn't the best version, but I more so blame that on EA, not Nintendo. And Call of Duty, although it's coming to Switch 2, I don't know how it's going to perform, but I will say, it's going to be on Switch 2. I can play that portably, and I can play that with all my other fantastic, amazing games that I like to play. As the Switch 2 proves again and again that it can stand on its own, it's difficult to really want to go out of your way, play a whole different console that you don't necessarily enjoy as much, and play those games just as a performance boost. Of course, this is purely subjective, but I don't really care about performance that much. I play so much handheld Madden at 30 frames per second, and yet I haven't really noticed that because I'm more focused on the game. A game I've really been wanting to beat is Devil May Cry 5. That's going to be on Switch 2. Even if it doesn't look like Persona 6 is going to be on Switch 2 yet, I can still play these two games.
Come on, regardless you're not going to beat them.
True. Even another game franchise I want to get into, Kingdom Hearts, is coming to Switch 2. Not only are all the games getting ported, but you're also getting 4 on it. Resident Evil Veronica is coming to Switch 2, and I will not be surprised if the 2, 3, and 4 remakes get ported over to Switch 2 as well. I guess the entire reason why I bought a PlayStation 5 in the first place back in 2023 is because I wanted to see games I haven't played before and see them in great detail. But over time, I've realized that I don't necessarily care about performance as much as I thought I did, and a lot of the games I wanted to play are going to be on PC anyways. Which kind of leads me to another point, I'm just going to go get a PC. There's so much more freedom on there, a lot of the big PlayStation hitters are on there, and even if they technically aren't, you can always just sail the 7 seas.
You think you can pirate? You're not even good at modding your Wii.
And you were never good at Astro Bot. Easy ass game, you just suck.
You know what, you a bitch.
Some good honorable mentions are the prices surrounding PlayStation items and the subscription cost. But you see, I'm a Nintendo sucker. I pay any price they're willing to give me. But I will say, I'm not looking forward to the PS6 being abandoned. I'm not looking forward to possibly paying more for online. Like, yeah, you gotta pay online for Switch, but I would argue that it's the best deal out of the big 3. Of course, PC is free, but the thing about Nintendo is that there's a lot of exclusives on there. There's a lot of incentive for me to want a Switch 2. If I didn't care about the Switch or anything surrounding it, I would just have a PC and pirate Wii U, Wii, GameCube games. But considering that I'll get in big trouble if I try to, and considering that I also don't know how to, I'm gonna stick with Switch 2.
But guess who would still buy Switch 2 games regardless? And at full price.
It is sad to see the PlayStation 5 go, because I am selling it, but it's nothing I can't do on Xbox, it's nothing I can't do on PC. I still have an Xbox Series X, and I'm using my brother's laptop, which, although isn't powerful, can still get me by, and I'm currently saving up for a PC. In general, other than maybe buying a PlayStation 4 in the future if I can find one for dirt cheap, and as well as supporting, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, I don't really see myself in the future of PlayStation, especially with PS6. Again, great memories on there. I had fun with it, and there were a lot of great games on there that I played. But like, other than Astrobot, what is there that's like pretty much exclusive to just PlayStation 5? Again, it doesn't hold a candle to Halo. I'll let Bichu give the closing remarks. Bichu. Bichu.
What?
Closing remarks.
Oh, I like Astrobot.